Hello, this is Dr. Gwendolyn Duncan. I am the program coordinator for the nursing assistant program here at West Kentucky Community and Technical College, and I will be teaching your course beginning on tomorrow, July 1 for the summer. I just wanted to give you an introduction to myself and to the course. I know some of you have several questions, and I wanted to have video conferences weekly, but with some of the extenuating circumstances and schedules, that may not be as practical as I thought originally. So I'm going to give you this video and just kind of give you some information, and hopefully it'll help you with understanding the things that you need to be successful in this class. First of all, you need to know that the class is remote, which means it is online, it is virtual. And so you can do your work online, and you will have 2 dates that you need to come to class, and that is mandatory. That those dates are July 20th and July 22nd. It's a Monday and a Wednesday. So if you need to contact your employer or make arrangements for sitters or whatever, please do so, because you must attend those 2 days in order for you to pass the class. If you don't show up for those 2 days and you have not made prior arrangements with me to um, get an alternate date, I will consider you a no call, no show for those particular uh, clinical days. Typically, we would be in a nursing home, but because of COVID, we are going to do our clinicals in the classroom. And I think we have done a great job with some of the students who have taken the simulated clinicals. So I do anticipate meeting you on those days and really getting into some of our skills that ordinarily we would do in a nursing home. But with that being said, just so you will understand, and I'm going to say this again, is that your class is online, but you have 2 days that you must come to class. If you don't come to class, you must contact me and tell me why you cannot come. And because your class is the last class this summer, I don't have a lot of options to helping you make those 2 days up. So you may end up going into the fall, and you may have to take an incomplete. And for those of you who need this class as a prereq, or if you're needing the class for employment, please try everything you can to make sure that you can come to those clinical days. The other thing is I am going to try to send you links to videos so that I can discuss certain things that I think that you would need to see or know going forward. This video, I'm going to send it probably in an email. And once I know that you are actually in class and you have responded to my emails and you're on my roster, I will probably link them on your Blackboard. I know that not everyone has access to Blackboard right now, because I did have some students that enrolled in the class even as late as today. So you may not have access to your Blackboard. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to show you some things about Blackboard, because I know we have students who are from other colleges and universities who are not familiar with Blackboard. But the first thing that you all need to do is that day one paperwork. And so I'm going to go over that with you. If you bear with me, I'm going to share my screen with you and try to walk you through that process. So I'm going to try to get you to share my screen with me. Just give me 1 second here. Um, I would, if I were you, I would probably use Google, or maybe Maxilla or something like that, Foxfire. I tend to use Google for my internet. So I'm going to share that with you. Let me go back to this page here. I apologize for the delay, but I wanted to make sure that I had the right internet. Okay, so let me go to Google. I'm going to share my screen with you. Okay, so you can just type in WKC TC, and you'll come up to West Kentucky Community and Technical College. Of course, I have mine already, and you can just click on that home. And mine is already in here because I have, of course, I use it all the time, and it's saved in my favorites. And so once you do that, you will, if you have all your user information already set up, I'm gonna take my glasses off because I know there's a glare. If you have all your information set up and you have accessed Blackboard, and I think probably 95% of you have done that, but if you haven't, you do want to do that, or email me or something and I can walk you through it. But you will go in through current students, and I'm going to go in through faculty and staff because that's where my information is, but it will take us to the same place. Once you get here, you will go into my path, and that's going to take you to your course. My path will then take you to a screen that looks like this, and it says, "Hi, Gwendolyn," and you may have different tabs available. I'm going to take you to the Blackboard, and that's where your course information is. And once you go to your Blackboard, yours may be a little different because I have several courses, and you may only have one. But I'm going to go here where it says courses, and I'm going to click on that, and it will take me to my courses. Again, I have to go to the summer because I have several semesters. And my course for your course for my class is the B502, which is 1167. And I'm going to click on that, and that will take you into Blackboard, and that will let you see your course, okay? So if you look on the left side here, there's a lot of different links here that you can click on. I would recommend that you peruse through this if you have not. I know I sent you an announcement back in May, late May, that kind of suggested that, but sometimes it's a lot of information and you kind of get lost. But I would start with the announcement. And from your announcements, you can see the welcome, which you already got that. And the thing that you want to disregard is the weekly conferences, and I will communicate with you by email. And so I would tell all my students, please pay attention to your email, and I will generally send it. If I want you to read it, I'm going to have a read receipt, and not only a read receipt, I'm going to send it high alert because I want you to know what what information that needs to be communicated. So once you get to the announcements, you can scroll down. You'll see your welcome, your introduction. You'll also see something that says syllabus addendum quiz, and under that there is a link, and if you click on that link, it'll take you to one question, and it'll ask you whether you actually read the syllabus addendum, and you just click begin, and then you would answer, it says, "I've read and understand and agree to the syllabus addendum for," it says spring 2020, but I will correct that. And so it will be summer 2020, and just click yes, and then save and submit that. I'm going to go back. Yes, it wants to leave that site. I'll cancel that. Okay, I just wanted you to see that and is something that you need to do. Okay, so also here under the announcements, there is a tab here about how you order your book, and you can call the bookstore. The bookstore is not open, but they will send it to you. If you don't have it, you want to either go on this website here. You can contact Todd Mitchell, and this is his email, and they will mail you the book. There is no virtual or ebook for this class. You actually have to have a hard text. Um, if you want to go to another website and see, that's fine, but here it is, the kctcs.book.bn, Barnes and Noble, college.com, and you can order your book there. I will say this, that you do need the book for the class. You're not going to be able to take the class without the book. You might be able to, kind of skim by, but you really need the book in order to do well, because it's a lot of information coming from the book, and all of your exams will be open book, so it behooves you to get the book. Okay. um, if I have a special announcement or something, then I will kind of let you know. If you continue on down, it talks about your tentative clinical dates, but these are actually confirmed, and it is Monday and Wednesday, July 20th and 22nd. If there's an emergency or something coming up that I need to change it, I will let you know. Okay, and because your classes are virtual online, and we don't have to go to the nursing home, you are not required to get your background or your drug screen or your TB skin test, okay? So you can wear scrubs to those 2 clinical days, or clothing that's very comfortable so that you can be able to bend during those clinical sessions, okay? Um, Also, you need to respond to your discussion board so that I'll know that you actually have attended that particular day, since we're all remote. Um, Now I want to go to your syllabus. And so your syllabus is located under that particular link. Your syllabus quiz, you would click on that and it will take you to your syllabus quiz. And you have to get 10 out of 10. So if you're stuck on a question or something, then you want to email me or something and I can help you. We're not trying to trick you. You don't get any academic points for that, but you do have to get 10 out of 10 in order for everything else to open up. Like, you won't even get to exam 1 if you don't do the syllabus. So I really want you to have that done by next week, Monday. Most of you've already done it, but if you haven't, you really need to have that done, because this class will go pretty fast. Um, I've already spoken about the syllabus addendum quiz. So there's a regular syllabus quiz and the addendum. The addendum only talks about the fact that the class is in a remote learning environment as opposed to face-to-face. And these are the 2 syllabus or syllabi here. This is the regular one and this is the addendum. Okay, and you can click on either one of these. They're in document and you can see it, or you can just click on the course syllabus and it'll bring it up and you can kind of go through. In the course syllabus, you will see my email address and my office number and my room number, which is in the Anderson Technology Building in room 229. And you'll need to know that when you come for clinical. If you want to talk to me or leave a message, please call that number. I am in my office or in the building Monday through Thursdays. And for the summer, we're not in the office on Fridays, but Monday through Thursday, I am in the building. However, we are doing not only clinicals, we are doing testing. So I may not be in my office. I may be in a classroom. So please leave a message. It'll come to my email and I can check that on my cell phone. If you don't leave a message, it won't come to my cell phone. So please leave a message. If you don't and you just hang up, then I'll see a missed call whenever I get back to my office. So just kind of be aware of those things. And I would go through my syllabus and read that. The other thing that I want to talk to you about briefly before I end this video today, because I don't want to overwhelm you, is the next tab, which is getting started. This is important for us because I really need you to do that here on tomorrow. Some of you have done it, some of you have not. So under the Getting Started tab, I want you to go to the Mandatory Kentucky Adult Caregiver Misconduct Registry. Now, you really need to do this tomorrow, or if you haven't done it, you really need to do it. I need to see this tomorrow. This also will let me know that you have engaged with me and you're committed to doing this class. So when you click on this, I'll kind of go over this with you. When you click on this, it's going to take you to a different site. So once we take you to that particular site, I'm going to show you how to do it. Again, like I said, some of you have already done it and some of you have not. So it's going to take you to this site, which is the Kentucky Adult Caregiver Misconduct Registry. So instead of doing a background check, we're going to do a soft hit to see if somebody reported you for your misconduct. I've never seen anybody have anything come back on it because most people, employers, outside of nursing, they may not know that it exists. But you would go in and you would put what characters you see in the box here. And I'm trying to talk and type at the same time. And once you do that, you would hit continue. And then we're going to do a self query because you're going to make an inquisition about yourself. So you would click on that, and then you would enter your name. And I forgot I'm on caps. That doesn't matter. And your street number, we're just going to go ahead and put like just put some numbers, and then your name, you just put whatever you want to do. In your city, you can put Paducah or whatever. You do have to do a county, and I know it's McCracken, but I'm going to hit Ballard here, and then put your zip, and then hit, you have to attest that you read this statement. And so you would click here and then hit continue. And then you enter your social security number twice, and you will see all of the dots. It's kind of blacked it out. So you can I'm just going to put random numbers here. I'm going to put all fours and then tab over and put all fours here and then enter that again. Okay, I think one more four. Okay, so once I do that, I'm going to hit the search button. And so what I'm looking for is something that comes back to say that there is no information available on this social. That means that that's a good thing, that there's no information. And if there's some information, that means that you're on an abuse registry somewhere. So what you want to do is you want to take a picture with your camera, your phone, just take a picture of that, and then go to the email and go to that thing that looks like a paper clip, upload it and email that to me. And I would like for you to email it to me tomorrow or before Monday if you have not done so. Okay, so I'm going to go back out of this and go back to the other paperwork that's mandatory for the first day. Some of you, again, have done this and some of you have not, but there are several pieces of paper that you need to fill out, and it's all listed here. But this first one, it says example of the coursework. We actually have an example of all of this. Okay, so if you click on this example, it will show you how to fill out each one of these. Okay, so you can click on this, and the very first sheet is the Medicaid nurse aid sheet, and it's pretty self-explanatory. Okay, turn it upside down here. Okay, so you can see here how Mrs. Shreves, she's one of our other instructors. You circle, you know, what is applicable, Mr., Mrs., Ms., and then your last name, first name, middle name, and Smith, and then you put your street address, okay, and city, and make sure you put your zip code, and then your student ID, and the training site is WKCTC, and then your date started, you want to put July 1 and of 2020. Make sure you put 2020 and don't leave the 20 because somebody can come behind you and put 19 or 18. So it will be 7/1/2020. Okay, you can leave it blank here where it says date completed because we don't know when you will complete. Hopefully you'll be finished in August, but for some reason, if you have to go into another semester, then that's where I would complete that. Your theory hours are going to be 59, and your clinical hours are going to be 16. That's 16, that's those 2 8-hour days that you must complete. And so you have to do that in order for me to give you a final grade. Okay. So the other paperwork that's in here, let me turn this back around. Okay. The next one you can see is the authorization for release of academic work, and it's pretty self-explanatory. You just sign your name, print your name, and put tomorrow's date. If you have a date earlier in June, that's fine. Okay. And then the statement of understanding, and you can read through those. I'm not going to read that for you. You can read through those. What you need to understand, if you are under 18, then a parent must sign this also. Okay. The Appendix A, when you go to your Blackboard, there are some videos in your course content that you need to watch. One is HIPAA, and the other is bloodborne pathogens. So if you go to your, there it is, HIPAA video, and then HIPAA rules is that's the video you need to see in your bloodborne pathogen. So that's what they're talking about there. Okay. So you need to put whatever date you viewed it, and I would suggest very strongly that you use 7/1/2020. You can use June, but I don't want you to put 7/15. Okay, so because these are mandatory day one paperwork that are papers that need to be filled out, and then you need to, let's see, it's pretty self-explanatory. Talk about video, just write what you see and replace Michelle Shreves' name with your name, okay? And then enter the date. And then there's a print and sign, and your department will always be nursing. And universal precaution, again, just make sure you put your name where you see her name, your student ID, and there's one signature and a date, and then there's another signature and a date. Okay, so that's option 1. Do not choose option 2. Okay, and again, there's a HIPAA video, and try to use 7/1 if possible. If you've already done it and you did 6/25, that's fine. Okay, and the attendance, I can't stress enough that your attendance, especially to the clinical, it is mandatory. You cannot pass the course. You can have an A in the class. If you don't show up for clinicals and I don't know that, you will fail the course. So very, very important that you do that. The other thing is that the work, it is going to be pretty much you're going to be self-responsible for that. So you want to make sure that if there's some reason that you can't do an exam or something, and all of the exams are open book, you want to make sure that you contact me, because they will be password protected. So there will be dates that those exams are available, and there will be days that I will take them down. So please initial these spots here, and there are 3 of them, and then sign it and date it, and don't fill out the bottom. That's if you missed days or something, I would have to go in and do that, so we don't want to do that. Okay, the drug screen, you want to go ahead and sign the paperwork. Even though we're not requiring you to get one, we still need that paperwork in there saying that you knew that it would have been your responsibility to pay it, and if you failed it, you would be withdrawn from the class. So because we're doing simulated labs, it is great that you don't necessarily have to do the drug screen or the TB skin test or the background, because you would have to pay for those things. So right now you just have to make sure you do your paperwork and you have to show up, and so that we can actually have clinicals in the classroom. The criminal background is just like the drug screen. It's a print, your name, sign it, and date it. And then there is a form here where it talks about the clinical facilities and the criminal background investigation and the drug tests. And basically that's just saying if you didn't pass those things, you would not be able to go into the clinical site. We still need you to sign them. So there's 3 dates and 3 signatures. Okay, so 7/1/2020, 7/1/2020, 7/1/2020, and then put your name. Okay, and then the last form here is the demographic sheet. And so you would put the current semester, which would be summer 2020, and then just kind of fill it out. Look at Michelle's and see how she's doing that. Maiden name if applicable, excuse me. Your street address, make sure you include your zip. Phone number, if you just have a cell, you can put that. Employment, if you're employed, you could put that. High school, vocational school, and or college, whatever is applicable. Then you want to list your emergency issues or health problems. Let us know, if you have heart condition or seizure disorders, or you're a diabetic, or anything that might cause you to have an issue while you're in clinical. Any meds that may relate to those emergency issues. You don't have to tell us if you're taking vitamin D or if you're taking a supplement or something like that. But if you're on insulin, I definitely would like to know that. And then a number and a name of a person that we can contact if something did happen. Okay, so, and that is the information for the first day. And of course, all of that is found under your getting started. Going back to that on the left, everything is on the left over here. And once you do that, also there's just a lot of information here, your course calendar, which pretty much I put that under your announcement, so you don't have to really concern yourself about that. Let me see, what else do I want you to know? Your course content, once you get past your announcements, your syllabus, you're getting started. Of course, your instructor information, that's just information about who your instructor is, and again, and then the orientation to Blackboard. If you're a student, you know how to use it. If you have not been a student at West Kentucky, again, I can assist you with that. Your course content, that is going to be the meat and potatoes of your class, okay? You will have lecture information about the class. You will have lessons, and this is important, and I may come back and reiterate those things, but one thing you want to know about your lessons is you will have a series of quizzes before you can take your exams. So you will go into your lessons, and once you do your syllabus exam and make 10 out of 10, then you can open up this. This won't be available to you until you do such, okay? So again, going into course content, your course content will not be available fully if you don't pass your syllabus quiz with 10 out of 10. So you will go into lessons, and that's how you begin to do your work. There are several quizzes, and the quizzes don't count towards your grade. They're just practice quizzes, and you can do those as many times as you want. Exams are one and done, okay? And it is password protected. So your lesson 1, you will go into your lesson 1, okay? And your lesson 1 content, okay? And then you'll have 3 quizzes here: residence rights, communication, and working in long-term care. Now, you must have a 70% on each one of these quizzes, and that 70% does not count towards your total grade, but you have to have a 70% in order for your exam 1 to show up, okay? That's important for you to know, so you can do your quizzes. Some of you have done that already. So you have to go to your lessons. Again, once you have done your lessons and your mini quizzes for exam 1 to open up, you would then go to your exam 1. Now, there's a discussion board also, and you want to click on that and participate in those whatever questions I have for you. If you want to pre-answer them, I don't care as long as they have been done. Okay. Um, and there is a tab. I gotta find your tab that I want you to for your study exam, study guides. Okay. So in addition to your lessons, you would have to go into your lesson 1 study hours, and you want to make sure that you put at least 20 hours in every. You got lesson 1 study hours 20. Okay. Lesson 2, you want to put 20 in there. Lesson 3, and you can do that as you get close. So when you get to lesson 1, remember you have to have your quizzes done, and you have to have 70% in those quizzes in order for you to open up the exam. You should also have your hours put in. If you don't have those things put in, your exam may not open. So just remember that before every exam, you have one exam, you have a second exam, you have your third exam, and then you have your final exam. But in front of each one of those exams, you will have quizzes that are found in each lesson, okay? And also you will have study hours that you must put in, okay? So hopefully that's kind of clear. If not, please, 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 please reach out to me. I'm here to help you, okay? Also, there is a military time quiz, so I'll let you know when that's to be done. And then you will have an abbreviation. There's 1, 2, and 3, and 4. You will find the medical terminology for that if you look under in your textbook. This is the front copy. And if you look in the very back, on the inside cover of that, there are 2 columns that have medical terminology. And so the book will be open, so you should all get 100, but that's where you need to get that information from. Okay, so let me see. I think that is all that I want to talk to you about today. A lot of information on your introductory uh, video, but you would do that if you're in class. You would have 4 hours of listening to me. So I think I could do it in less than 30 minutes. Okay, so your announcements, your syllabus, make sure you do syllabus quiz, your regular syllabus quiz, and the addendum quiz, which is just a yes or no. And then just go into getting started and do all of your mandatory paperwork, including that Kentucky misconduct registry. And then go to your course content, and you can begin the class. Start doing with your lessons and your quizzes, and you got to do 70% in order to progress to your exams. So what is counted in your grade? Your grade is counted where you have your exam 1, exam 2, exam 3, and the final. Also, all of your military, your military test is counted. And then you have 4 of your abbreviations or medical terminology that's counted. And then you will also have a clinical communication, and I'll talk to you about that when you do your clinical, because you'll have to write me a brief paragraph about clinical. And so that's kind of like 5 points, and then 10 points, excuse me, for your clinical communication. And then you'll get 5 points for coming to clinical. You get a final extra for hanging around and doing clinical with us. And so I'll explain all of those things to you. And that's pretty much it. I promise you that you should do really well in this class. It's not rocket science. It's really about safety of residents in long-term care and about infection control. And so once you do that, I'm going to stop sharing my screen with you all and go back to the main screen. Once you do that and have a good grip on the class and what's expected of you, you should be fine. Again, I'm available in my office Monday through Thursdays. I may be in class, I may be in state testing, but if you need me, please call, leave a message, or email me, and I will get back with you as soon as I possibly can. I want you to succeed. I know that you can succeed. What I need you to do is make sure that you check your emails frequently. and then respond. Day one, I just ask you to send me something back that says, I got this email, so that I can know for sure that you're going to be in this class. I'm not going to necessarily run behind you, but I will follow up and make sure that you are doing what you're supposed to do if I see you're lagging behind. It is your responsibility as college students to make certain that you pursue me to be successful in this class. I believe that you can do it. We have wonderful, wonderful faculty for the nursing assistant program. So again, this is your first day one video, and I look forward to seeing you all at the end of the month for clinical. And you have a great day, and if you need me, just give me a call. Thank you.